Hi everyone, thanks a lot for joining. I know how busy probably the day for you was, but I really wanted to give a bit of time to just sit down and talk about cosplay. I mean, for me, it's one of the most fascinating things, which is related to games culture, to animation culture, film culture, comic books, everything, which is a super big part of these events like ours. So yeah, thanks a lot. And let's start with short introductions first about you and how you are connected to cosplay world.
I'm a long-time event organizer. I used to organize the first cosplay events in Lithuania, and went all over the world just to see how cosplay is made. And now I'm still here, 20 years later.
Nice. Yeah, we'll talk about that definitely.
So I've been in cosplay for over 10 years now. And today I had the privilege to be a cosplay contest judge. And yeah, overall in the community, I just fell in by accident, but it was the happiest accident, really.
Thank you for inviting me for this opportunity. I've been in cosplay since forever, I believe. Maybe over 10 years, of course. Cosplay for me, what is cosplay for me is, when you were a kid, you wanted to be cool. So you dress up with rags, with anything else. So we're doing the same, but we're just a little bit more crazy.
Yeah, I was just thinking that it's good that I looked for Instagrams because I wouldn't even recognize you probably who you are. So how was the day? How was everything today till now connected to things that are happening? What can you share about?
Oh, busy. I mean, both of us, but
Amazing.
I'm all the time here, so I still haven't seen anything. I'll go tomorrow to watch what's happening for sure. But yeah, please tell. I'm very curious what was happening today.
I have to agree with my colleague here that the day was definitely busy, but filled with lots of great, talented people, beautiful costumes, and stunning performances. Overall, the day, even though busy, but I feel happily tired.
It's so amazing to see passionate people doing what they love, and to do it so fully. I asked one cosplayer, how long did you take to create this amazing costume? She said, well, I started in 2022. But if she would work each day, she would take probably 5 to 6 months. So some of the costumes were amazing, and it's really energetic for myself to see people doing what they like, what they love, the passion of their life.
it's always amazing to see people that are giving their time, their skills, and to just perform on stage and just like invest themselves into this. And I had few performances today where I literally almost cried. So I'm like, the dedication, people, it's so amazing, and I'm so honored to see it. Thank you, just everyone.
I know that it was like full. The list for performances was totally full. Do you know the number more or less? How many people?
I believe we judged around, 50 people in total, if we're counting heads.
Yeah, some performance had more than one person, but over 3 days we have about 50 performances. 2 days, sorry, today and tomorrow. Over 2 days, 3 cosplay blocks, we have about 50 performances, which is about, I don't know, about 100 people, plus minus.
Nice. You mentioned that, about nice to see people continuing this. So I guess for you as one of the, early adopters, I keep forgetting there is this term which describes like basically that as a teacher or as a mentor, you even feel more happy when somebody from your, let's say, students or people you take care of, they succeed in something. I guess that should create you this feeling on this continuous events and this culture which you help to create.
Oh, well, it's amazing to meet new people and say that, oh, my first cosplay was some years ago, it was a small cosplay there, and said, yeah, I organized that. And said, wow, you're so old. Yes, I am.
Yeah, that's the thing. But how then you started? Where did you learn about cosplay, and how was the idea formed that, hey, we can do this here in Lithuania?
I was active student union participant, always organizing small and big events, and I was always into anime. And in late 90s, early 2000s, anime was really big in Europe. Not in Lithuania, sadly, but in Europe, in France, in Germany, in Spain, and so cosplay actually came to Europe in about like late 90s, early 2000s, and I was happy to be on the couple of events, totally unrelated. I watched it and I said, wow, those people, they are dressed as characters of the show I just watched. So amazing. And in 2004, 5, 6, 7, we brought that to Lithuania.
Very, very cool. What about you? How you discovered cosplay? Was it first as a spectator or at once as a performer?
Actually, I followed one group. It was a group that I'm still a part of. It's like an install group. And they started to make some live action videos. It was, I believe, back in 2011 something, when you actually could, message YouTube people that's not available anymore. And I wrote the biggest message ever that, oh, you're so cool, I want to join you guys, you seem so friendly, I want friends too, you're blah, blah, blah. I'm like, wigs, everything, colors. This was me, yeah, I was, and they replied me, and they're like, let's meet and let's talk. I'm like, okay. And then they told me there's like a forum, it was, I believe, Anime Zona, and I'm like, there are more people like this. And to this day, not to this day, I don't believe it. Is it existing or not? But I believe like few years ago, they're still sending me emails like, congratulations on your birthday. You're getting old. I'm like, thank you.
Sadly, Anime Zona closed earlier this year.
Right. Okay.
Actually, but it was amazing. Well, there was a forum. It was amazing if you would write there about an event. Every anime lover in Lithuania would read it. It was great for advertising. Now you have to advertise through a couple of different platforms, forums, and still half of people won't see your message. There, you just wrote one post. Hey, there is a cosplay gathering. And like all the anime lovers in Lithuania would read it.
Times before commercials took over.
Nemii, how about you?
For me, it was more like, yeah, I loved anime. I'm an avid gamer as well, and I always loved animation, the way it's created. It always fascinated me. So when I discovered through a friend, I believe it was at university, that, oh, look, there is now Japan going on. Would you like to go? And I believe that it was the first time I saw T-oku live in action, and I saw Oleg as well. And
I'm gonna cry.
I went there absolutely like without expectations, but I'm happy I did, because this world really fascinated me, and I do not want to change a thing.
Nice. What about your maybe not the first character, but whichever character stuck in your memory you have created?
So, not my first one, but one of my most memorable ones was I cosplayed a character from League of Legends, and it was a skin of it. And I remember I made the costume in 2 weeks from yoga mats for the armor, because back then EVA foam was not as easily, attainable. And I went to the contest called Anime Weekend. I went on stage, but the only thing I could do is dance. So, in full cosplay with armor and weapon in hand, I went on stage to dance. And I did actually win back then. Twice. I took the first place in dance category, and by judges' request, I was asked to apply to solo category, where I took the second spot. It was a lovely experience, definitely, but I don't know if I would repeat it.
T-oku?
Well, it's very hard.
Too many characters to remember?
I cannot choose any, because I'm gonna say, since I really like performance act of the character and take the accent and be the man that's gonna eat the French baguette and gonna be like, on le lance magnifique and stuff like this, but I'm gonna drop the accent because you're not gonna understand anything. Every character that I made, I personally lived through that character, and I took something to interpret it into my life. And I believe even psychologically, physically, I even, how should I say, developed as a human. So I cannot say this was my favorite or that one was my favorite. Each one of them has a small place in my heart.
Oleg, I mean, you're both organizing, but do you also perform when you organize?
When I'm at my events, I was usually preoccupied with organization. I like to cosplay, but I like to cosplay characters that can interact with people, to make fun, to laugh, smile, move. So the big costumes are not my thing. Elaborate, something easy, something where I can move and interact with people. One of my favorite was Zoidberg from Futurama. I had a blast. I ran all over the place with woo 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 and stuff like that. Another, which I was not really in character, but the costume spoke to me, was Porco Rosso from Ghibli. Also, we did a lot of movement with that. But I'm less a performer than I'm kind of organizer. So costumes are important, but event organizing is more intrinsic for me.
But that's, yeah, you touched on the good kind of subtopic. I want to ask all of you. So how to reach this balance, as you mentioned, like between like the elaborate costume and like the freedom of expression that you can still have, and to do a performance. As I remember, we talked in the podcast that it's kind of usually just like 50-50, the costume and the performance. So what would you say about like how to reach this balance?
I would say that in order to have the balance, you have to look at cosplay not as something to compete with, not against, because cosplay is for absolutely everybody and for every body, meaning that you have to feel the character. In order to feel the character, you have to love yourself a tiny bit. That's where you start to feel the balance between the character yourself, the connection, and actually enjoy the hobby.
Golden words has been spoken.
Well, actually, the interesting thing is that we all are kinda, you're cosplayers for sure. I'm a kinda cosplayer. There are grades, let's say, of costume making. The costume can be really amazing, but the best costume is the one that person who created it can actually move, for example, through performance, and it doesn't break down during the performance. So, everything happens, but the mastery of making the costume, as you said, to reach the balance where you can then move and act as a character and still present amazing craftsmanship, well, that's easy to get into, but difficult to master.
You know, I'm going to add to that. In 2014, I made my full armor first cosplay. It was like a samurai gear. And actually, for the parts that been removed, my helmet didn't supposed to be like knocked out when I was on stage, but I received a hit on the head, and the helmet just like blurred my vision. So out of the aggression, I just removed it, and everyone said, "Oh, it looked like the aggression. It looked like it has to be like this." I'm like, "Oh, okay, great." So I mean, yeah, I agree with Olegas, but sometimes those parts that fall off, if it's like a battle like performance, sometimes it can look actually pretty well in the performance aspect of things.
Well, you have to be either very lucky or amazing at craftsmanship.
Well, yeah.
I would like to add to you both that when it comes to stage performances, accidents happen, and it's completely normal. Absolutely. Like, for example, your helmet flew off or your wig started slipping. What matters most if you're on stage is how you deal with it. As T-oku mentioned, when his helmet blinded him, he went with it. He implemented it, improvised, and it worked out for him. For example, for me, I almost tripped and fell on these dancing wings. And I acted it out. Basically, I made myself fall for the more emotion, like that I've been hit in a battle on stage. It worked out well. For example, if your hat falls, let it fall. See where it takes you. It's a little bit of improvisation doesn't hurt.
If you're getting stabbed, and sometimes when you're rehearsing, you're getting like stabbed with a sword or something like this. And once I got stabbed, like it was really painful, and I was like, you know what? Everyone was like, my cosband was like, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" I'm like, "No, it's fine. It looked really, really like I'm in pain. It's fine. It's okay. It's for the performance, but I'm in pain. It's fine."
Kind of also like a double question about costumes. How long usually does it take to create a costume, and how often do you create a new character? Kind of what is it based on? Is it based on upcoming events, or just when you feel like you want to do like a new character?
For me, it's based like literally on the emotion. Like I believe in the first years, I was like, "Oh, this is the event. I'm preparing a cosplay for the event." Now, after so many years, I'm like, I have that spark, and I'm doing something. But also, I'm focusing now on like I'm doing everything, but also sometimes like this, everyone could say, "Oh, it's the baguette." It's like pants, shirt, and leather straps, and a wig. But actually, everything is made by me. Even the hairs were like sewn by myself, like into the wig cap. So I'm also focusing on those little, tiny, small craftsmanship things. I mean, so.
So, in general, for me, the character, as I mentioned before, it finds me. I feel it. It's a click. I would love to make costumes as soon as I find them, but then another two factors come into play, which is finances and time.
Money.
We are adult people, and as much as we want to spend our time doing what we love the most, we also have real life to deal with, and I stopped prioritizing events and my cosplay journey got so much happier from that. I couldn't appreciate it more when I changed my mindset in that area.
Yeah, what I'm gonna add also, because I find a character based on emotions sometimes. Well, not sometimes, 90% of the time. So basically, also, I don't have a costume, but I already have a performance, I already have the vision, and then I'm like, okay, now we need to craft. And it's like, it takes time, but I mean, the process is interesting, and it taught me so much, and I'm so happy that I know a lot of stuff in craftsmanship that, for me, I mean, the performance is the most important thing, because I really like to become one with the character.
I am not a stage performer, let's say. I'm a cosplayer who just goes on and feeling great.
Create the mood.
Yeah.
It's almost the same thing, almost.
Almost. I tend to look at characters who I can see myself as. Usually older, bearded men, dwarves, something like that. As colleague said, that cosplay is for everybody and everybody. I like bigger bearded characters. For example, there is amazing animation Steven Universe, and there is a father figure, Greg. There, the character speaks to me. It's very simple. It's just like flip-flop shorts and balding head. But the character himself, I think that the costume should not exactly has to be elaborate or expensive. But that's because I'm not going on stage, and I don't want to impress judges.
Mm-hmm. Do you come back to your older characters after you created something new? Is it possible?
Oh yeah.
All the time.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with reusing your costumes that you made before. There's nothing wrong with coming back to them and fixing them if you're unhappy with something after a while. For example, me, I made this dress 3 years ago, and I'm happily wearing it today. Why not? It's comfortable. I look gorgeous in it, and you know it. And overall, I do try to be mindful when it comes to cosplay, because it can be very, very wasteful. That's why I encourage to, if you make something, be proud of it, because it shows progress.
T-oku, what about you?
Let me think. Well, having to wear older cosplays, let's say, I always keep the track on the improvement of my skills. So sometimes when I see it, I am proud of it. I'm proud of where I was, and I was proud of my achievements on that year. But just for myself, since I really want to improve even more, I'm like, I'm gonna improve that part. I'm gonna improve this part. I'm gonna add some little details. It's not gonna go to the trash, but it's gonna be improved for sure. And since through the years, my mentality changed from taking Bishonen characters, and after like 15 years, starting to cosplaying more like daddy characters, it's also a little bit of a shift. But it would be really interesting from the actor perspective to go a little bit back to make a baby face, which I almost did with the male version of Glinda, but I mean, still ongoing, but I mean, it's a good experience.
Also want to keep it open as, you know, AMA. Maybe we have some questions from the audience. I'll ask our volunteers to bring microphones. We have on the left side. In the meantime, what's still happening tomorrow? What can I I'll spend most time there, I guess, tomorrow.
Another block, another cosplay block, more performances and award ceremony, more people.
Don't
FMC.
forget about a masquerade.
All right.
Eco cosplay.
Eco cosplay.
It's a mastery of making costumes from reused materials. Actually very interesting. And yeah, sure, there will be a masquerade, not only for registered cosplayers, but anyone in the audience can just have their 15 seconds on the stage, and it is amazing for first-timers.
I would also like to add one more thing about the participants of a cosplay contest. So after tomorrow's award ceremony, you'll be very welcome to go and ask for your evaluation sheets. We're trying a new thing to let people know how they're doing, what to improve, and maybe just a boost of confidence. But I think it will do a lot of good for everyone. And I highly encourage you to stop by and grab it.
That's a very good idea.
Okay, hello everyone. So the first question is kind of simple. We know that the anime and new games are going every month, basically, and more characters are being put to the pool. Have you had an experience where someone walks to you and misnames your character and how you played it off?
I did. So a few years back, I believe it was during another convention in Lithuania, actually, I was cosplaying Mercy from Overwatch, the first one. And this little girl with the sweetest smile and the biggest blue eyes like dolls, she comes up to me and she's like, "Are you a tooth fairy?" And my heart shattered knowing how much time, work, and effort I put into it, but I couldn't tell that girl that, no, I'm just a medic on the field. So yeah, I said, "I am a tooth fairy." Yeah. She was really sweet and she really wanted to touch my wings.
I could add one event. We had like a cosplay photo shoot on the ship, and we were cosplaying something from Japan. I was like cosplaying a Nobunaga, the fool from anime, and there was like a group of people that came to us, and not in the like they were like really seriously thinking that we're cosplaying a Star Wars from Asia. I was like, no. But it was very cute. They really thought it. It was like, their eyes were like this because it was like some custom OC art that they knew, and I was like, I don't want to disappoint you guys, but no. So yeah.
Yeah, that's a nice angle to it. Actually, I didn't think about this angle. Do we have more?
You've been cosplaying for a while, and I heard many people quit because crafting cosplays takes a long time, and obviously you said you have adult lives. How do you balance it? Because I find it really hard myself.
Oh, it's really tough. What I'm gonna say is like, because I'm in real life, I am a medic and work in the lab. And sometimes when you want to craft cosplay, your house becomes a cavern of mess, and you really don't have time to clean a lot. So sometimes when you're deciding to live with a cosplayer, it's gonna be a mess, unless it's not the costume crafting period. So it can possibly be clean, but it's tough to balance. But I believe it's really possible if you really want it. It really is.
For me, before I used to rush my costumes in order to make them for certain events, and after a while I felt quite a big burnout because I was balancing a full-time job with 12 hours a day and having only a couple days off in a week. And it really put a stop into my tracks and told me to think what I'm doing to myself, what I'm doing to my love to the hobby, and what it's going to bring me in the future. So my suggestion and what I follow now is do not prioritize the event, prioritize your comfort, meaning that your emotional safety, your physical health, which is one of the most important things for you to feel good. And if you feel like it, do it. It should never be forced.
Like, don't guilt trip yourself. It's like, if you are not gonna finish a cosplay because this, and that, don't rush it. Go to the next event. It's fine. Balance it out. It's gonna be possible, and everyone is gonna be happy because you're gonna be happy with the cosplay. People either way are gonna be happy because we're really happy to see cosplayers in general. So, but you inside yourself, you're gonna be, I believe, more proud of your work because it's not rushed. Because there were times where I myself was like, why do I need this? Why do I need this? And then you make a little bit of a pause. And then you think, no, I need it because it brought so much joy, growth, and everything. So considering how much good things it brings to me, I have it's not like I don't have any choice, but it's like I make it work, I make it fit to my schedule because it brings me so much good things also. So,
bottom line, your health, mental and physical, is more important than any event. But if cosplayers not meeting the deadlines is not the unusual thing. So if you're not up with your costume to the event, just come in lighter version of it. Just take few accessories, have fun. Don't force yourself because it's not great to be a miserable person in good suit. It's better to be amazingly happy person in easier, lighter version of your suit, and you can always finish it for the next event.
Exactly.
This reminded me to ask about your also organizing trips to other events. Can you share a bit about this idea?
So for a lot of people they go to their events in their respective countries usually, and only like fans or more proactive people go to other events like to Latvia, to Estonia, to Poland, to France, Germany, and as an organizer I just thought that why not give an opportunity for people to travel with us to other events. For example, in January in Latvia there is a WinterCon, a part of Unicon convention series of events, and we just organized the bus there, so you don't have to think about tickets or place to stay or anything like transportation. We just take you there. You go to the event. After the event, we take you to the hotel, and if you want to, after party. And then on the next day, after the event ends, we just put you in the bus and drive you back home. So it's easier to do, and yeah, we do events like that usually to nearby countries like Latvia or Poland. But maybe later on to Estonia and Germany.
I'll try to join you next time. I really love this idea that you are kind of traveling together.
Yeah, also to travel with your fellow cosplayers in one bus, we sing karaokes, play games, and well, it's always fun to go in a group.
Is there more questions? Okay, so let's do the last one.
Hey, hello. I'll apologize because I didn't hear the first half of this conversation, so I might have missed if you've already answered this. So you did start talking about group events and group organizations. I'm just wondering, would you say this for you, cosplay has been more of a solo journey, solo experience? It's more internal, or have you felt part of some sort of cosplay community, and has it been more of a community-driven thing?
I believe when it started, it was really a community-driven process. But since now cosplay is becoming really, let's say, broad, common, a lot of people are buying cosplays, making cosplays, it's becoming a little bit like we're separating ourselves into some groups, but we're always contacting each other, trying, but it's, let's say it's not like it was before. But maybe you want to add something, no?
So, for example, for me,
Lost my thought.
it started as a solo journey for sure. I had nobody else in my circle who did it and whatever. Afterwards, when I came to the event, I got approached by other cosplayers. I felt a lot of warmth, a lot of welcoming in there, and for me it became a group, a community journey, and up to this day I have several people. I know them for over 10 years, and they've been very good, very close friends to me. And without cosplay, I would never have met them.
As an event organizer, I always prioritize community building because we are social animals, actually. People feel happier being the part of something bigger, to contributing to something together and achieving common goals. When earlier now Japans were active, we worked with cosplayers extensively before event. For example, we would gather cosplayers in halls and give them opportunity to rehearse their performances, and we would invite theater directors to give them advice. We would invite stunt people from television, so they would give advice how to move, how to use the sword on stage. We would grow this community and not just let them think that they are alone. We're never alone. We're together in this. Cosplay is great, big, inclusive family, and I want to propagate that as much as I can.
Yeah, cosplay definitely unites people. I believe it's all about this, because from my perspective, when I didn't have any cosplayer or anime friends, I liked a lot of stuff, but then I had an opportunity to share something. It became something, I don't know, out home. So I hope not me alone are gonna have that feeling, because that feeling is the most amazing feeling that you can have. So as Oleg said, community, yeah, is the key.
Thanks a lot. This was great. I'll catch you all tomorrow on the big stage. So thanks to Wishmaster, Nemii, T-oku. Thanks a lot, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.